Hey, Chris, why couldn't Luke find love?
Why?
He was looking in Alderaan places. Come on. That was
Jesus.
good. That was really good.
Okay.
Okay.
And that's enough May the 4th jokes for everyone. All right. It's What You Watchin'. Welcome to What You Watchin', presented by Geeky A Go-Go, a show where we dive into what's currently on our screens. Big screens or little screens, size matter not here, just the quality or lack of our cues. I'm Chris Nitro. Joining me today in the live on location Go-Go is Anthony Pizzuto.
Hello.
Anthony, we are in the wonderful Rise and Shine restaurant in, is it Scotch? No, it's Scotch.
This is Scotch
Plains, New
Yeah,
Jersey.
yeah.
Beautiful Scotch Plains, New Jersey.
Yeah.
Just the two of us today.
Yeah, it's been a while since we've been here too. But Eric is in the beautiful country of Spain.
Oh, that's right.
España. Mm-hmm. He is hanging out with the bulls and eating Iberian ham and all kinds of tapas. So,
do they say tapas or is it like tapas?
It's tapas.
Tapas in Barcelona.
Barcelona. Oh, hey, not related, but related because when this comes out, it'll be May the 5th, right? Monday's the 5th?
Monday is the 6th.
The 6th. Oh, Monday. Oh, so the 4th is on Sunday.
The 4th is...
Oh, the 4th is
Saturday.
Tomorrow. The Saturday, yes.
Yep.
Folks, today is Friday, the 3rd. Okay. So another Star Wars joke. What did Leia's adoptive parents say when she used to sleepwalk as a child?
What'd she say?
Uh-oh, it's the rise of Skywalker.
So bad.
So bad. Oh, I got a whole bunch of them now.
Nice.
Chris, how's your week been?
Good. I mean, fairly uneventful. Just work, planning for this weekend.
Nice.
Tomorrow is Free Comic Book Day. One of the other nerd mecca days. Is that the right word?
Yeah.
Nerd holidays?
Nerd holiday.
Nerd holiday.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's Saturday. The first Saturday of May is Free Comic Book Day. This year it aligns up with May the 4th. Mm-hmm. So we have two nerd holidays aligning on the very same day. So yeah, I mean, being in Scotch Plains and Free Comic Book Day coming up, it always reminds me of Little Shop of Comics.
Yeah.
Although they don't have a storefront, they still exist.
Yep.
They do have a good web presence. Check them out. They're not sponsored, but we love them. And you should go check out littleshopsofcomics.com for all your comic needs. And go to your local comic book shop.
Yes.
Wherever you are in the universe. I don't know if they do them internationally. I'm pretty sure they do them internationally. Free comic book days. But definitely here in the United States.
Do you have your eye on anything that's coming out tomorrow?
No.
It's going to go and be surprised?
For me, it's become more of a tradition to bring the kids.
Yeah.
Get them excited about comics. My son has really gravitated towards them. He gets excited.
Nice.
We do have a subscription that we get every month of several different things, and both my kids, they just look forward to it. They basically devour things within like minutes of opening the package.
That's awesome.
I try to get them to slow down. I'm like, hey, save it for bedtime. Hey, save it for when it's no TV time or something like that.
Sure, yeah.
But they just open up and read them right away, and then they trade them back and forth with each other, which I'm like, great.
Oh, that's great.
But yeah, that's kind of like what our go-to tradition every year is like see what all the new kid stuff is coming out. And, because we have the little ones in the house, I don't really pick up things for myself.
Sure.
Because I don't want them grabbing things that's inappropriate and whatnot.
I keep those on Daddy's special shelf.
Hidden under the mattress.
Exactly.
Or comic books.
There's a lot of good free comic books come out, especially for kids. There's an Encanto one, it looks like. There's Unicorn Crush, Witches of Brooklyn, Pokemon, Snoopy, Young Jedi Adventures.
Nice.
So yeah, there's going to be some good Unico Awakening. I don't know what that is, but that looks fun. Yeah, ever since Little Shop closed, I kind of lost my excitement over comic books.
Yep.
Yeah, and I tried going to Midtown Comics, but the free shipping minimum is a little hefty, and by the time they would actually get to you, so like new comic books come out on Wednesday.
Yep.
So I would place my order on Wednesday. It would almost be a week before I would actually get them. So I'm already behind on what I wanted to talk about, at least for the Go-Go.
Yeah.
So then I started looking at, what was it, Comixology on Amazon. And that's okay, but there's just something special about a hard, a piece of paper in your hand, a comic book. It brings you back to your youth. The smell of comic books and the smell of the ink and the paper.
Yep.
Yeah, there's something, you're never going to get that in a digital version.
Not only that, it's the mecca of like, geeks congregating in the same place and
100%.
playing off of each other and saying, "Hey, why did you read this?" And like recommendations from people.
Yeah.
Meeting new people. It's always been very near and dear to me. Like just going to the comic book shop. It's just tradition.
Mm-hmm.
It never seemed like a chore that I had to drive out of my way to go to. It's something I always look forward to. Bringing the kids to and all that stuff. So that's kind of like really why we're looking forward to Free Comic Book Day. Is like just even if you have to wait in line because everyone goes to it to pick up free stuff. Just take a moment and definitely support the shop because it's a burden on them too. Extra staff. The influx of people and all that stuff. So definitely support your local comic book shops
And they buy those books too.
Oh, do they?
They do, yeah. They don't get them for free, so they buy them because it's a marketing tool to get people into your store to hopefully buy other things.
Okay.
And so, yeah, they went through the trouble of selecting what they think their market wants. Mm-hmm. They don't get all 50, different options, and they buy what they think they can get rid of or move. But the whole point is to get people into the shop so they can buy that other Spider-Man comic or maybe that toy or that model kit or something like that. So, yeah, definitely go support your local comic book store. And one day when we open up the Geeky A Go-Go physical location, there will be a comic book store component to it. It's going to happen.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed.
Sign up to our Patreon, please.
Yes, please.
It'll make the Go-Go happen that much faster. You will all get VIP access, which will be normal store hours.
We should do a car wash fundraiser. And as those words came out of my mouth, all I could think of was that Family Guy where Peter and Quagmire and Cleveland are doing a car wash and they walk out with their cut off jeans and their tied t-shirts. You, me, and Eric watching cars.
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
Not going to happen. Okay. I mean, well, look, if we get 100 Patreons, we will make that happen.
Maybe north of 100.
100 paying Patreons. I don't want a bunch of bots in there.
Yeah. So yeah, that was my week. I know that we went off on a lot of tangents there, but anything new with you?
Not a whole lot. It was the first week in a while that I wasn't traveling, but I'm back on the road next week. I'll be in San Diego and Colorado, and then where am I? Atlanta, Montgomery, Alabama, Harrisburg, Pennsylvania.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm all over the place. So it was nice to be back for the week. It was nice to be home, but of course, things were breaking down at the house. I'm currently fixing my refrigerator, which is a joy. But it was my wife's birthday this week as well.
Nice.
Yeah, tonight we're going out for dinner, and then tomorrow we're having some of her friends over for a small celebration. So yeah, it's nice to celebrate my better half.
A very happy birthday to her too.
Well, thank you. I'll pass that along. She actually listens to the podcast, so she'll hear it. So.
Mm-hmm. So.
Oh, and I did not get my tickets to Star Wars Celebration.
By choice.
By choice. I was not. I was not pining for them.
You're welcome, honey.
Thank you. I was not pining for them. I'm not sure if I'm going to make it to Japan regardless, but if I do, then I'll pick up like a day pass or something. I'm sure one will eventually become available. Yeah. I don't need 3 days at Star Wars Celebration. I've done this 4 times now, and I think like 2 days is enough. Like that Friday and Saturday. Friday is good to explore. Saturday is good for some of the panels. You're never going to get into the main stage panels, no matter how hard you try.
I think I did once.
You did? Nice.
Yeah, because DJ Elliott does the main stage, right?
Yeah.
So I definitely got into a main stage.
You know what?
Something.
Where were you sitting, though? So in London, I got into the main stage of the Return of the Jedi 40th anniversary panel, and I did get in, but they put you like all the, and maybe it's because I'm not a VIP or anything like that. They just put you all the way in the back bleacher section. Like
It was the left wing. Is that stage left? Which I forget which direction.
so the
Stage left is when you're looking at the stage, right?
stage left is when you're on the stage and you're looking at the audience. So you're left
So
on
it'd be-
stage looking out is stage left.
So it'd be the right side.
So
from
you
the
would be on
audience.
house right.
So I was on house left.
Okay.
But yes, I agree with what you're saying. Is like they kind of just herd us all in cattle and
Yeah.
have all these sections cordoned off, and then people don't show up, and then it was like, all right, everybody get up and move over. And
Yeah, exactly.
so it was one of those jammies. Yeah, my daughter managed to get up on stage at some point. It was just me and
That's
her
cool.
in the room.
Oh.
And so I had to move, and I was like, I can't move, and people were like kind of like pushing me to move, and I'm like, she doesn't know where I am. And so
Yeah.
like when she got off the stage, I was like literally jumping up and down. I was like, I'm over here now.
Yeah.
Um, But yeah, I think I forgot. I completely. You know what? I was so focused on my daughter got on the stage that
Yeah.
I completely forgot what the panel was about.
Oh, that's hysterical. That's funny. That's funny.
But yeah, I know what you're talking about. Like,
I mean, it's nice to be in the same room, but like
Yeah.
you're not front row. You are a mile away from the
Yeah.
stage. Where you're almost better off watching it on the YouTube live stream or something.
right.
So, plus Japan, such a hike. What is it? An 18-hour flight?
so I think it's like a 13-hour.
13-hour
But if you
flight.
you tie in going to the airport, you got to go 3 hours early. Then getting off the plane.
Yeah.
If you do a connecting flight, add like a 2-hour layover or whatever the case would be. So even at 13 hours, say it's a direct flight, you're doing from here in New Jersey. You're looking at easy 16 hours just travel time.
Right.
And then when you get there, depending on where you're staying,
Right.
it may not be near the airport, maybe an hour away. So you're looking at almost like a full 18 to 20 hours of traveling, probably waiting
hike.
for your luggage and doing it. So you literally lose an entire day. And for us, it's a 23-hour difference or something like that. I think it's like, I think
They're like a day ahead or something
no,
like that.
12-hour difference. Sorry, why I don't know why I said that.
I was like, we're not in a different universe.
It's like 11 hours ahead in time, or maybe 13 hours ahead in time.
What time is it in Japan? So it is 1:11 a.m. So yes, they are 13 hours ahead of us.
Right. So then you're gonna
So
get
it's
there.
it's Saturday, May 4th right now there.
So you're gonna get there. Happy May 4th, Japan.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna get there, and then you're gonna completely be. You got to flip your clock around like
Oh my
crazy.
God,
So you're talking about at least minimum of 2 or 3 days of jet lag.
Yeah.
So yeah, but it's a chill country, right?
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't go there if you could afford it. I wouldn't go there just for celebration.
No.
You got to go there, like literally, take your time, see the sights, check things out, then get into the hustle and bustle of celebration.
Yeah.
And then leave afterwards at some point or whatever, because you're gonna have to deal with the reverse jet lag on the way back. But I am going, knock on wood, because we still have to buy flights and hotels and all that stuff. But we did get tickets,
Nice.
which would be a drop in the bucket for expense-wise.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Not a cheap country to visit, but definitely everyone you talk to is like, yeah, I would love to visit Japan one day. So
Yep.
anybody listening, even if it isn't celebration, they have their own stuff.
Right.
Japan is a wonderful country. Definitely a go-to place for geeks
Yeah.
in general. I think the thing I'm most excited about is to go to the Studio Ghibli Museum.
Oh, that's cool.
My kids love Studio Ghibli. I love Studio Ghibli. Godzilla stuff.
Yeah.
Just whatever we can. Just stuff that we don't have here.
Are you gonna bring an extra suitcase so you can just fill it up with stuff?
I think I've gotten past that stage in my life where
Okay.
I just want to collect garbage all the time.
Right.
I say garbage, but it's very lovingly garbage. But I acknowledge that it's just going to sit there and collect dust.
Right.
Yeah. So I don't know. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Nice.
You know?
Well, may the force be with you.
Thank you.
Enjoy your flight.
Hopefully we get to see you there. But
Yeah, hopefully. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. It'll be like a couple months out before I make that decision.
okay.
Cool. Shall we do
Yeah, we'll
dive in?
dive right into it. So we are doing a Whatcha Watchin. So I will start with today.
Yeah.
I finished. Chris, what are you watching? I'm watching. I watched. I should say it's done. Bad Batch. I completed the series.
Someone finally completed the series. Good. All right.
I mean, it's only been a day. I think it was. What's today? The 3rd.
Yeah.
I think it was May 2nd or May 1st or something
Okay.
like that. That the series ended.
Nice.
I liked it.
Yeah.
I liked how it ended. This is going to air on Monday, so it checks off our spoiler box. Can I spoil it for you? Gotta know.
I'm not gonna. Yeah, please spoil it for me.
Okay.
All right.
I think it ended appropriately.
Okay.
Right. None of the. We don't lose anybody else.
Okay.
A chapter of the clones in general closed.
Okay.
And when I say clones in general, I mean all clones, not just the Bad Batch.
Yeah.
They were being used as test subjects, and we come to find out in this season 3 of the Bad Batch, just being used as parts, basically. Like, oh, you're property of the Empire. They talked about the rights of clones, and I think it was last season.
Okay.
Maybe this season. I can't remember. And they basically negated their immediate threat and found a home for themselves.
Okay.
So, where all clones were welcome, be part of a community, can call a place home, and felt safe.
Okay.
Right. Obviously, the Empire is still in play here. But I feel like they left off in a very good place.
So it's a definitive ending.
It is a definitive ending.
Okay. And remind me, where does Bad Batch take place in the canon timeline?
It starts off after Order 66.
Got it. Okay. Makes sense. All right. Got it.
Right. So it leads. It starts before. I should say this. It starts before Order 66. Then Order 66 happens,
Right.
and the Batchers realize there's something going on, and they kind of like, I shouldn't say perform surgery on themselves, but I guess there's an implant in their brains or whatever,
Right.
and then they jump in a
I
machine
remember that.
and
Yeah,
then
yeah,
they remove that part of themselves, and
Yeah.
so the whole good soldiers follow orders kind of thing. The whole story arc with Crosshair, where he stays bad, quote unquote. I mean, he actually is bad. But, then they go past that, and then it ends. I'm trying to pinpoint where it ended. At what point in the storyline was it? It is actually before Rogue One. It ends prior to Rogue One.
Okay. Oh, really? So that much time passes?
Yep.
Wow. Okay, I didn't realize that.
So yeah, it's
So is Omega like is? So it was what, about 18 years between not Rise of Skywalker. What's the last? Revenge of the Sith to A New Hope, right?
I think
Because
so.
Luke's about 18.
Right.
And Rogue One takes place 5 minutes before A New Hope.
Right.
Got it. I need to go and watch it. I barely remember last season. So maybe I have to just go rewatch. It's only 3 seasons, right?
Correct.
Yeah. So maybe I'll just go rewatch the entire thing. on one of my flights.
It for me, I started watching it weekly,
Mm-hmm.
and it was just I was finding I was finding myself forgetting a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So I waited till the end.
Yeah.
And I binge watched
Brings
it.
it out. Yeah.
So I think I watched maybe like the first 5 episodes
Gotcha.
weekly, and then I was like, you know what, I'm gonna wait till the end. Watched them all, binge watched them all, and now it's clearer to me. Everything's
Okay.
more cohesive.
Yeah.
And
Nice.
yeah, it's definitely I liked it. I like how it ended. Some people were like, "Oh, there should have been more action," whatever the case may be. But I think it ended it on a good note. Like,
Yeah.
we already lost Tech.
Mm-hmm. That was the end of season 2.
End of season
Yeah.
2. They play an homage, like not an homage to him, but pay respects to him.
Okay.
And like I said, they negate the bad threat that they were immediately experiencing.
Mm-hmm.
There is an epilogue. I won't spoil that for you.
Okay. All right.
It's a quick 2-minute, 3-minute thing, but it ties into pre-Rogue One, but then it also ties into A New Hope. I think.
Gotcha.
I think.
Okay.
I don't know all the time frame, but
Got
that's
it.
what it seemed like. I think it was like the show ends to pre-Rogue One, but then that epilogue brings it to pre-A New Hope.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna do a binge of it. I'm on 1, 2, 3, I think 4 different planes next week. So I will just load up my iPad.
Yep. And Disco Balls. I'm giving it 4.
Okay. All right. It's a healthy score there.
I think 4 is a little strong
Yeah.
on my scale.
Yeah.
But I think it deserves it.
I know you have quite the discerning taste when it comes to distributing your disco balls. So you're a gentleman of high standards
Yes.
when it comes to the disco balls. Okay, so 4 disco balls for season 4
Three.
of Bad Batch.
Yes.
Very cool. Nice, man.
Anthony, what
So-
you watching?
I've been aware of this show for a while now, and only really because a friend of mine is the costume designer for it.
Oh.
Yeah, she's long story on how I know her, but she's a friend, and she's a costume designer for many series, but she's like the lead costume designer for this show. It's on Apple TV Plus. It's called Manhunt, and it pretty much is the aftermath of John Wilkes Booth assassinating Lincoln.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and the manhunt for him. So I can't imagine it's going to go on for many seasons. I think it's going to be a limited series. Right now it's at 7 episodes, but I watched the first episode, and it's really good. It has a really wonderful cast. Tobias Menzies plays Edwin Staunton, who is the Secretary of War during Lincoln's presidency. I almost said reign. He's in tons of movies. He was in Underworld. He has a lot of, interesting films. Anton Chekhov's The Duel. He was in Casino Royale. If you see him, you would.
I'm looking at his photo. Yep.
Yeah, exactly. He was in The Crown. He
Yep.
played Prince Philip in. That's where I probably remember him the most from. Hamish Linklater plays. What's his name? Abraham Lincoln, who again is just probably one of my favorite actors out there right now. He is just a very talented individual. Patton Oswalt makes a appearance as Detective Lafayette Baker, although I don't remember seeing him in the episode. But yeah, it's a historical thriller, and you kind of get to see it from the perspective of John Wilkes Booth, so you got to get to know him as a character, which is really fascinating. Like, I knew he was an actor, but I didn't realize he was an actor at the Ford Theater, and he was just in a run of shows that ended right before Our American Cousin, which was the show that Abraham Lincoln went to go see, was at. So he was a well-known actor in that community. He was almost celebrity status. There's a scene where he's escaping, and he gets far enough away, and he comes to a Navy bridge, and and he's recognized by one of the guards of the bridge, like, oh, I loved you in that show. Oh, you were great. You're a lot smaller in person though. He's like, yeah, I get that a lot. Can I cross the bridge? Oh yeah, go for it. Come on, follow me. Like he was like, I didn't realize any of that. I'm sure obviously there are some liberties being taken, but yeah, it was entertaining. It's a good thriller. It's historical. Plus, knowing someone who was part of it is really cool too. She was down in Savannah. That's where they filmed it for like 4 months or something like that doing this show. So yeah, definitely recommend it. Apple TV Plus, Manhunt is what it's called.
Yep.
And like I said, I'm only one episode in, so I'm gonna be a little. I'm gonna give it 3.5 disco balls to start.
Okay.
But it can go up from there. So I hope to finish it, 7 episodes, so I hope to finish it by the next time we meet up, and I can give it a more educated assessment. But I'm enjoying it so far.
Cool.
Yeah. Do we want to do a quick second round? I do have one other thing that I've been watching, if you do.
Yeah, I did watch something a little bit older.
Okay.
I wanted to watch it in theaters. It's a movie called. Damn it! I forgot what it's called again. Mortal Engines.
Yes. Is that on HBO Max?
Netflix. Mortal Engines. That's it. It was panned. Mm-hmm. I believe it wasn't in the theater very long. I'm pretty sure. But when I started watching it, it's. I saw Scholastic somewhere in the opening credits.
Oh,
so maybe this is based on it, and I did no research on this, so pardon me, guys. Maybe it's based on a YA series, a young adult series.
Probably.
So I was like, okay, it's this. I mean, it has its audience. I could see where there's a whole world and like weird things are happening, and cities are literally on wheels. Mm-hmm. I guess something happened. They do explain in the film, like it's post-apocalyptic, mm-hmm. right? Where basically everyone becomes mobile all the time.
Okay.
Because cities were obliterated. Kind of the mutually assured destruction thing, where like everyone took out everybody, mm-hmm. and so instead of staying in one place, everyone became mobile.
Sure.
Situation, I think.
I vaguely remember seeing like a trailer of like a city on wheels.
Correct.
Yeah. Okay. Got it.
Robert Sheehan's in it. I
mm-hmm.
love Robert Sheehan. I think he's great. He's fantastic actor. Hugo Weaving's in it. Yeah, but
mm-hmm.
bunch of people. And like I said, I don't think it was panned. It didn't do well in the box office or whatever the case may be. But yeah, I liked it. I think it was okay.
Yeah. Have you seen the Rotten Tomatoes score yet?
I have not.
It is epic. 26% tomato meter, 48% audience score.
Okay.
As typical, the audience typically appreciated it more than the critics, but 26%, that's a big old splat.
But I mean, again, it's if the audience is young adult, right?
Sure, of course. Yeah.
I don't think anyone outside of that age range should be allowed to review it, because if that's their audience, that's who they're targeting. But again, if they didn't do well in the box office, whatever the case may be, it doesn't matter. I think it did good.
You enjoyed it.
It was interesting enough. I did enjoy it.
Okay.
If there was a part 2 of the same caliber, you know how part 2s happen. Sequels usually have smaller budgets and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. If it had the same production value, I think it would have been an interesting series. But yeah, I think it was okay. I would give it 3 disco balls.
Okay.
I'm being generous. I know I'm being generous when I do that, but it was unique and interesting enough where I was like, oh, okay, I can see where kids could like this.
Sure.
And yeah, that's
interesting.
That's my second.
I was aware of it, but I never actually saw it. All right. So my final one is so I've been watching Jimmy Carr, the comedian. He's a British comedian. I know Jimmy Carr from 8 out of 10 Cats does Countdown and the Big Fat Quiz of the Year. So he hosts those particular shows. But he also does stand-up, which I didn't realize. So he has 2 specials. Actually, he has a bunch of specials on Netflix right now. The first one I watched was His Dark Material. And then the other one I watched was the most recent one, Natural Born Killer, and it's just a stand-up special. And he's a riot. I think he's hysterical. He's very edgy, like most comedians now. He's not mocking, but pointing out the fallacy of like the whole. And I'm going to say this, but I don't mean it to be insulting, but like the whole woke culture that we're in now. And again, it's good to be woke, but there's a movement that kind of takes it to the nth degree, and so he's kind of poking fun at that, which is always nice and refreshing to see someone not being taking the world so seriously these days. Similar to what was it? Ricky Gervais's
right.
special. Yeah. It's good to have someone remind us that a joke can be a joke.
Right.
Just because I joke about rape doesn't mean I'm a rapist, and just because I joke about this doesn't mean I'm a that.
Right.
And I think we've all kind of lost a little sense of that to some degree. So I've appreciated that. I know I'm going to be brandished as something after saying all this, but whatever. It's how I feel. It's refreshing, but it is very edgy. So you have to go in with a particular mindset to watch it. But yeah, I thought it was fun. Like I said, I've seen him a lot as the host of those shows. I've not seen his stand up before. So yeah, so this was kind of nice to watch.
Okay.
I'd give it. Like, is it the best stand-up comedy I've ever seen? Nah. I'd probably give him 3.5. 3.5. Yeah. But I did like the content. Not the funniest thing I've ever seen, but still enjoyable. Lots of laugh out loud moments. I'd go see him live. That's kind of how I feel about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Nice. I'm still going to be brandished now. They're going to be like, AP is so anti-woke. He's such a Trump supporter. AP and Mitch McConnell are like best buds.
I doubt that. I highly doubt that. All right, folks. Do you want more Geeky A Go-Go? Well, make sure you're following us on all socials at Geeky A Go-Go and share with us what you're watching. Want cool stuff? Want to connect with us on a higher level? Like on our Discord channel? Head on over to patreon.com/geekyagogo and support the show. You'll get awesome swag and other perks. If you haven't done so already, make sure you're following the show on your favorite podcast platform and leave us a review. Thanks so much for listening. Peace out, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. That was Eric.